Well, hey, hello there, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Sagittarius to the full moon in Gemini, obviously arcing from November into October 2019. I am your reader, Mark-Angelo Lyons, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and actually took a really nice nap in the break today. Had my car inspected, got in my physical body and actually did shit. Took a break and really glad to be doing this work. So welcome. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Building my channel. Actually, I've had my channel, Drawing the Circle, for 3 years. If you go into my back catalog, you'll see me teaching at a pen board and shit. Because I'm a spiritual teacher. But I've been reading tarot since I'm 12. I just turned 51 in September, so I'm a YouTuber. Go figure. Right? So I'm really happy to have you along. Help me get to 1,000 plus, and I promise once a month I will do a drunk tarot super live chat. That's the promise for a couple of months. We'll see. People like it. I'm a fun drunk. I don't drink when I read ever, so it's a little bit of a release for me. And friends at a party are a different story. They're like, "Come on, pull some cards." I'm like, "Oh, you a hoe," which is true, but it's also funny. It's funny because it's true. All right. So please do like and subscribe to my subscribers. I hope I gave you a good laugh right there. I feel like it did. So welcome back. Now, a couple of things. It's a general read. It's a what do I need read. It's one card from 6 different divination systems. So it's just about putting together pieces of the puzzle, not where are you on the path, not where is your true love, not where is the beef, where's the money. Pick your 80s, 90s reference. I'm a Gen Xer. It's about what do I need, and it takes a little bit of humility to even ask the divine, well, what is it that I need? Because we're supposed to know what we need, right? Well, what if even our best idea is close but no cigar, right? Divination system, helpful. So Libra, this will at least give you air signs something to think about. Now, I have Venus and Mercury in Libra, but this is only Sun, Moon, Rising, so I am delighted that I have no horse in this particular game, as it were, because we're only doing Sun, Moon, Rising, right? Cool. So it's a general read. If it doesn't click, don't try and make it, don't overthink it, don't try and hammer it into place. Go check your other signs, right? Your Sun, Moon, or Rising, depending on what you got in Libra. What else? So yeah, all the decks that I read are in the description box below, all the way at the bottom, which means you have to scroll through all my other stuff, and I've got really cool stuff in there. My ebooks are in there, which I love. The second one is saved my life. Just writing it saved my life. This time last year I was working on Words of Grace. But also I've got a gigantic collection of Vimeo on-demand stuff on Vimeo.com, classes, workshops, as well as other free stuff on there too. Cool. That about it? Oh yeah, breathe. Big, important, great, big, huge. Breathe consciously, because the words are just floating on top of the divine, whatever you want to call it, flowing through me during, really when I do a face-to-face reading, a video read for somebody, or, one of these for YouTube. Doesn't matter, the energy still transmits. So that's why, when I pray and bless the decks beforehand, it's that they all be used as channels of divine guidance and grace for the well-being of all, fine-tuned for this particular zodiacal collective, which in this case, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Cool. Please breathe. Here we go. Let's begin. Oh, my pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card. A Caroline Mace archetype, in fact, to represent the dominant archetype, the dominant soul power to be alchemized from lead to gold for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon in Sagittarius to full moon in Gemini next month. Please, what is the dominant archetype that they need to look at or adjust? The networker. Brilliant for air signs. Brilliant. If you're new to my channel or new to these cards, every archetype is neutral, meaning that it is a balance of lead and gold, shadow and light. I'm going to read both of them shadow first, so that you sort of get the lay of the land, stuff to look out for. Shadow attribute. Conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood, which is so prevalent on the planet right now. You didn't spread as much fear and falsehood when it was the fucking Pony Express as I remember back then, because, you know, reincarnation and all. Yeah, no, even a postcard was a big fucking deal. Now you can, like, text people and tweet. We're tweeting now. So you kind of get that, like the negative, the shadow social network are the ones who do it behind, you know, hidden names, right? Like catfishing people, you know, 24/7. You get that. You're not that, my Libra. You wouldn't be watching a tarot, a divination video if that was you, but do be aware of it. That might be something that you encounter this waxing moon from new to full. What you're shooting for here is the light attribute. Enhances unity through the sharing of information, right? Bringing people together with information. Engenders social awareness and empathy. Empathy being a really key word here. Like, you know, I have to say, like, I love Facebook for a couple of things. First of all, the algorithm has totally got what I like. So every now and again, there'll be, like, a thing of people in hot tubs with baby otters, and it just fucking floors me, opens my heart. I sometimes literally tear up. I want a baby otter, but my 3 cats would not have that, right, at all. Something cuter than them in the house, it must die, right? But that's what I mean. It's like, so that thing of being able to communicate, waxing your communication, perhaps moving away from some of this stuff in your energy field and what you participate in, and really getting into more like, you know what, let me be a blessing. Let me use this tool, not just of social media, but of my network, even of people, particularly because it's the holidays, to really flow some grace, some guidance, some goodness. A lot of G stuff, essentially. Yeah. Got it? There's another G. Let's ask the angels what they think about this, shall we? Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my rutilated quartz sword of Uriel, torch of Uriel, Uriel's key. It's been called so many things to me over the decades. So I love wearing this in public so that when women stare at me, I get to go, ladies, eyes up here. It is a big chunk of, it's a big chunk of silver and quartz and ametrine and garnet. There's a lot going on this one. Got a chest cold. Blast it right out of you. I can't believe it took me a week to put it on. Breathe. My angels, please, one card in clarity. Please clarify this networker card here for this Libra collective sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon to full moon. Next, what do they need with this networker? Networking what? Networking how? Oh, I felt that one. Oh, networking from a place of retreat. Now, there's tactical retreat, right? It's when you know, and maybe that's part of the shadow stuff, sort of like just pulling away, right? It's like slowly leaving news feeds and groups that do not serve where you are anymore. We're all in a place of evolution, but also in terms of retreat, in terms of renewal of self, right? So that you can communicate from a place of seeing things from a different perspective. Like, that's why we like going away on vacation. Yes, it's a break from the humdrum and the everyday, but so that when we come home, we see things differently, right? So perhaps take a step back from all of that. Like, social networking is just part of my business, and it's sort of a necessary evil, right? It's like, I never thought of myself as a selfie kind of guy, but people are like, you used to model, use it, right? Like, use that to help people see who you are, and then they'll go to your YouTube, to your website, read your books, and okay, but you know, I'm a Virgo. I'm a Leo rising. I just look like one. And I'm a Pisces moon, which just wants to swim away into my little stone castle in the bottom of the tank. Cool. All right, let's find out for my Libras what the goddesses say about your inner world, your yin, right? Like, what's going on yin side of you, on the inside. Please breathe, my goddesses. One card in clarity for this Libra collective sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon in Sagittarius to full moon in Gemini. We've got the networker, we've got retreat. Can you please give us an indication of the divine feminine energy within this Libra collective sun, moon, rising? And we've got balance. So that really means retreat to rebalance, right? To come back into physical balance, it is a 2 of Pentacles, the bull leapers, the bull runners, like these women who used to throw themselves at bulls, literally grab them by the horns and flip over them. There's some indication that that was the precursor to the running of the bulls, perhaps bullfighting and stuff like that, but it was originally just sort of like an Amazon Wonder Woman kind of thing to do, which I'm totally down with, but not my thing. So to retreat, to get that physically in balance, right? So that to get that momentum back, just sort of like make sure, like get a massage, right? Do some yoga. Look at your diet, your exercise. How are you getting enough water? Like bring yourself physically into balance. And you know, look, nothing like manicure, pedicure, facial massage. Even if you do it at home, I make my own mud masks from liquid bentonite, and I have all sorts. I'm a potion witch. You bet. People are like, why do you look so young? I'm like, you know, I can't tell you that unless you're an acolyte, and I don't take acolytes anymore. Aconites, totally different story, really hard to get a hold of. So let's move along. What's going on in your yang world, in your divine masculine part of it all, with the gods using, oh, this was Daughters of the Moon Tarot, this was Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue, this is Mythic Tarot, Juliet Sharman Burke. Love all the decks I work with. So my gods, please, 1 card in clarity for the divine masculine aspect of this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh yeah, by the way, balance is totally your thing, Libras. Thank you. Took the gods to say it. 1 card in clarity for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. Please, what is the divine masculine indicative of here? We've got the networker with retreat, with that balance, the bull leapers in the divine feminine, and the divine masculine, we've got the chariot, right? So really getting your balance to what? To charge ahead. Take this time. Interesting, because you'd think more waning moon is the opportunity to sort of rest and relax and retreat, but not if you are rebuilding something, right? Even the word celibacy really means to build from within, right? So to restore, to rejuvenate, to build, to put more deposits in the bank than withdrawals. It's a good way to think of it. Cool, cool. Because you're getting ready. You may be very well chomping at the bit, and you've got a networker, like particularly if you're like on everybody's fucking guest list. How are you going to do it all, right? For the holidays. So many parties, so many things to have to go to. I mean, that was me like 3 years ago. I'm so glad to stay home now. Seriously am. I had 30 years of that every holiday, every Sabbath, new moon, full moon, something going on. Oi, coven life, never again. And a spiritual events company for 21 and a half years. That'll do it. That'll fill your dance card. But, you know, so glad to just chill at home with a couple of friends and my cats and maybe someone extra special on the side for now. Let's ask the masters what they think about this using 1/2 of the Chuck Spezzano love pack. I removed all the problem cards, the womp womp cards, so all we're left with are the luck, the healing, and the grace cards. I thought for Thanksgiving it was a nice idea. Do a great comment below. Hit like, yeah, those womp womp cards tricky, but you know, don't worry, they'll come back for the waning moon. My masters, please, 1 card in clarity for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon in Sagittarius to full moon in Gemini, please. We've collective, says the networker. The angels say retreat. Makes sense with the 2 of Pentacles for the goddess, internal balance, getting perhaps even the physiology, the physiognomy in balance. For the divine masculine to balance both forces, the light and the dark, the spiritual and the physical, driving them ahead. My masters, what would you like to add to that? Please, 1 card of clarity. Communication. No shit. There it is. You can't make that up. You know, I was like, look, there's Elvis. Like, riffle through the cards. No. Right? Communication. So perhaps you will have something new to communicate during this time. It feels like you're going to take some time off, retreat a little bit. Not keep your mouth shut necessarily, but if there's something building up inside of you coming into balance, it's sort of like they're showing me on your mark, get set, but the go isn't coming yet. You'll know when to go. You'll know when. You'll know when to pull the trigger. Don't you always, Libra? Oh, I don't know. We could do it tomorrow. We could do it next week. Maybe we should have done it yesterday. It's like, just choose. It's okay. I have 2 planets conjunct in Libra. I sympathize. Yeah, Mercury and Venus, great fun in romantic relationships, but I don't know. It's like Betty versus Veronica in my head. Veronica usually wins. She was a lodge, after all. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved, please. Breathe, the higher selves of all involved. 1 card in clarity for the Libra collective sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon in Sagittarius to full moon in Gemini. We've got the networker retreat, the bull leapers, 2 of Pentacles balance, the chariot card in communication. This all seems to make a linear sense, please. A whisper of love oracle, one of my favorites. Please, a whisper of love for this Libra collective, sun, moon, rising sign to tie this all together. What do they need? Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Now, when we start to love, you're Libras, you're ruled by Venus. Love is sort of your thing. Well, it's sort of everybody's thing at core, right? But you are that mental aspect of it, about communication. Perhaps, my networker, you're so good at communicating at large, en masse, E-N-M-A-S-S-E, that you need to retreat and sort of gather your forces, right? Get yourself into balance, get your white horse and your dark horse in alignment to communicate that you're ready to take a chance on love. That whether that's through prayer, whether that's through a text message, whether that's through an app, which is a nice way to say it, Grindr, Tinder. I'm on Scruff. I like Scruff. It's local. Manhunt. Seriously. This really, really feels like what you need to do is pull back a little bit. Think of this as a little Sagittarian. Drawing the arrow back on the bow and chilling out with it a little while until you're really ready, in balance, where what it is that you want and why you want it is so in alignment that when you let that arrow fly, you know that you're doing it, that you're taking a chance on love. And of course there's a risk. There is always a risk. We cannot really mitigate or negotiate the risk of when we decide to particularly communicate our love that it will be reciprocated. And were this a private reading, I would go deeper. But no, this is a general read. So, you know, taking a chance on love can be absolutely terrifying and knocking you off balance, but maybe it has already come in, the call, and that's why you're retreating. Like, someone took a chance on love. I'm going to have that ABBA song in my head for a few minutes. It will pass. I will breathe. Love that song. But at the same time, you need to perhaps pull back, rebalance yourself, get really, really clear on what it is that you want, why it is that you want it. The why is more important than the what. Got to go a little deep. Got to get that into balance, the head and the heart, so that you can take the reins of the chariot and take a chance on love by communicating back. Possible. Right, there's a collective read for you. Well, I love you so much, my Libras. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this new moon in Sag to full moon in Gemini. But for now, wishing you hail, as ever, farewell, and blessed be.